All praise to the Most High. And he said, Yeshua coming with 10,000 of his angels. You heard me? Yeah. He told me go write them a letter and tell them that it's gonna get better. Go get your brothers, go gather your sisters, and y'all all gonna come together. Change is coming like the weather. This right here gonna be forever. Pray for the day that your enemies letting Yeshua is coming. He bringing it pressure, 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 pressure. Yeshua is bringing it pressure, 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 pressure. You know he bringing it pressure. He told me go write them a letter and tell them that it's gonna get better. Go get your brothers, go gather your sisters, and y'all gonna all come together. This right here gonna be forever. Change is coming like the weather. For the day that you're winning, Mr. Yeshua is coming. He bringing that pressure. Shalom Jew, here's your favorite she brew. I got the word, let me tell you what I heard. Yeah, I come to bring you good news. Sharing my sight, what I had red one night camped out in Obadiah. Read every word and every verse was fire. Give you a slice, he shutting down every device. Esau, you forfeit your rights. Father judgment coming in here and go play with you. Not put that up on my life. It's a righteous thing to repay tribulation. He's sending big bro for blood. So woe out to my enemies and my people who don't show love. Steady fleeing from sin so that grace may abound. And my heart be beating fast when I hear that shofar sound. Living life, that's my cue. So I tighten up my boot. And I'm stomping like a soldier. Do what I'm purposed to do. Yeah, lift up your voice and sing. Till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies. Singing our praises to him. Woo! God gotta bring on the king. Told me go write them a letter. Tell them that it's gonna get better. We gon' all come together. Bringing that pressure. Live, right. We gon' bring pressure. All praise to the Most High. He told me go write them a letter and tell them that it's gonna get better. Go get your brothers, go gather your sisters, and y'all all gonna come together. Change is coming like the weather. This right here gonna be forever. Pray for the day that your enemies letting Yeshua is coming. He bringing it pressure, 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 pressure. Yeshua is bringing it pressure, 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 pressure. You know he bringing it pressure. He told me go write them a letter and tell them that it's gonna get better. Go get your brothers, go gather your sisters, and y'all gonna all come together. This right here gonna be forever. Change is coming like the weather. For the day that you're winning, Mr. Yeshua is coming. He bringing that pressure.
The project babies and ghetto children across the nation. This letter like your walking papers. I know y'all been waiting. Wanna be freed and spared? Well, it come with conditions. If you righteous, you winning. If you wicked, you finish. When they say pressure, that mean hell, fire, and destruction. Burning brimstone, bloodbath, scatter corpses. Take my foes and feed their flesh to them flying things. Power bomb them, baptize them in a lake of flames. Blaspheme the Holy Spirit, gotta pay for that. Matthew 12 verse 31, can't get away with that. I fell off, repented, now back on. Imagine a city where everything in it is black on. Our heart is lava, boy, these devils. We need hitters only, stay at home if demons who you scared of. You running with it or going against it when a slaughter comes. If you a foe, get turned to smoke the Pope and Father John. Yeshua gon' smash them and turn them to chrome. Dashing they babies, breath taken from long. Dance with the Savior, but it ain't the prom. Blood on this vest, the angel gon' swarm. Rain the alarm, vengeance for rocking their crown made of thorns. Mouse and all of his witches and warlocks and liars determines the place where they going.
Pressure, 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 pressure. Yeshua is bringing that pressure, 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 pressure. You know he bringing that pressure. He told me go write them a letter and Tell them that it's gonna get better. Go get your brothers, go gather your sisters, and y'all gonna all come together. This right here gonna be forever. Change is coming like the weather. Wait for the day that your enemy stirring your show is coming, he bringing that pressure.
Some truth to it. It's just the delivery. You standing, there's no denying that you're standing for and by your people.
Well, here's the thing. When you're addressing evil, you can't worry about the delivery. When you're looking at the conditions of our community, you can't worry about the evil when you got kids that kill kids and say we smoking on Tuka.
People on earth, but we don't act like it. We learn the way of the heathens, and it's a sad sight. We do all the wrong things, we supposed to be the light. Don't even cherish our life, we like to roll the dice. We got tricked out of spot, we gotta pay the price. They got their foot on our neck, and we don't wanna fight. We don't live by the sword, cause we don't follow Christ. Our children destroying themselves, we act like it's alright. We love man, other races, we don't love each other. Don't even question who we are, we think that we a color. Can't break the chains on our brain, man, it's a struggle. Instead of coming together to fix things, we rather struggle. They watching us destroy ourselves, man, they laughing at us. We thinking everything a joke, but ain't nothing funny. How we expect respect when we ain't got nothing? Can't keep selling for less, we gotta do something. How you expect respect if you don't love your people? We greater than other nations, you wanna be equal. How you expect respect if you don't love your people? We greater than other nations, you wanna be equal. How you expect respect if you don't love your people? We greater than other nations, you wanna be equal. How you expect respect if you don't love your people? We greater than other nations, you wanna be equal. Police beat on the brother, we pulling out a phone. We gon' record him and holler and tell him leave him alone. Scared to stand up to police, but we'll kill our own. Talking about we can't breathe, but that's cause we don't want them. The power to change things, we got it in our hand. Instead of sharing with each other, we wanna be the man. If we come together, nobody can stop our plans. For ourselves or each other, we ain't got no respect. So they don't respect us cause they don't even perceive a threat. We disagree with a brother, we wanna leave him with. But for that crack at your jaw, you'll break your neck. We ain't healing from the trauma, the wound still fresh. We got multiple choices and we failing the test. Don't wanna set a righteous trend, we wanna be accepted. In these different situations, we never see the lesson. That's why we stuck in these curses and can't see the blessings. How you expect respect if you don't love your people? We greater than other nations, you wanna be equal. How you expect respect if you don't love your people? We greater than other nations, you wanna be equal. How you expect respect if you don't love your people? We greater than other nations, you wanna be equal. How you expect respect if you don't love your people? We greater than other nations, you wanna be equal.
Shalom, 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 people. This is the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. We'd like to welcome you here tonight. We know that you could be doing any other thing, but you chose to be with us tonight. So shalom and thank you for that. For those who was watching us on YouTube, please do not forget to hit the like button, also share. And for those who are watching us on Facebook, thank you and share as well. We got a jam-packed show tonight. We do, and as you can see, I'm rolling by myself. So yeah.
Excuse me?
Well, On camera, that is. Okay, my bad.
Clean it up. Clean it up.
My bad. I'm never rolling by myself when I got you, baby. Yeah, I'm never rolling by myself, and you're gonna keep me in line as well. So let me clean that up. My co-host Ayo Ben Yahoo, he will not be with us tonight. The brother, we allowed the brother to have a night off to spend time with his family, and so it's going to be myself and my beautiful wife, Banat Shalahaya, and we got other family in as well tonight. So, it's enough of me talking. We're going to get right to it. You got anything you need to say before we get to it?
No.
Nah? Okay, then. We got in that background, Eyes to the East. That's my joint right there, Caleb. Hey, I don't know if y'all on that Eyes to the East or not, but I'm telling y'all right now that Eyes to the East is the truth, man. But let's bring in our Sister Delta, the Light Hebrew magazine. How you doing, sister?
I am good. Shalom to you, the fam, and everybody. Yeah, that Eyes to the East is the truth. Yes, it is. I'm good. How y'all been doing?
We've been doing great.
Well.
Yeah. A little tired. I work outside, so that sun been beating me up. Yeah, it has been beating me up. But other than that, I can't complain.
It's how it is in Texas. It's hot. It's hot out here. So yes.
People don't understand this Texas heat. It's something that you got to. No, not here in South. It's not dry down here. It's humid.
Houston is a solid.
Houston is kind of different than Dallas. Houston is. Yeah, Dallas is like the desert, where Houston is kind of like Louisiana weather. It's hot, but y'all got that breeze. Yeah, because y'all aren't y'all on the Gulf too? Y'all,
Yeah. Right there on it. Yeah,
We're
right.
marinating in this heat.
Yeah. Every time I walk outside, I feel like I'm being baked. Every time I feel like I'm being baked. I don't know how to pick. Well, I guess when you from a region, you get used to it. But yeah, I'm not used to the humidity at all. But yeah, we're glad to have you here with us, Delta, as always. Yeah, we are glad to have you here with us. I know you got some exciting news you want to share with us. Every time you come, you leave us full. So I'm just gonna let y'all do what y'all do.
We definitely have some announcements. So I'm so excited because our brother Hezekiah is going to be blessing the cover of the Light Hebrew magazine this month coming up, September. This is going to be one of our special edition hard issues. So you guys can definitely order a physical copy. They're available now, and they will be available to purchase until September 7th. After September 7th, I'm going to cut everything off. So if you guys want an issue, you got to order before September 7th. This is a lit issue, I must say. This issue, I wrote a lot of the articles myself. We touched on some different topics and just shed light on some things about the nation and our talent that we normally don't do at the Light. So I'm very excited about the stuff that's in this particular issue. And of course, our brother Hezekiah, he is representing nationwide, all over the world. He is representing his album, like you were saying, Eyes to the East is taking off. It really is. It really is. And I'm excited about it. So yeah, if you guys want to get a hard copy of the next issue featuring our brother Hezekiah, make sure that you go to the website and get that done. And shout out to my brother Jamil Trunk, the Trunk Rattler. He's doing some graphics for us in these next
That's what he told me. Yeah. Welcome to the team, home.
Yes, it's giving the light. I'm gonna just say that.
Right.
He's definitely coming with it. He's definitely bringing that flavor. So shout out to my brother Jamil. Shout out to David over at Light LLC. He does graphics for us as well. We're just building up our team, man. It's getting bigger and better over here for the Light. So all praises to the Most High.
All praises.
Yes.
I know that the cover, I want to back up a little bit if you don't mind, the cover Hezekiah. Man, that issue ought to come with that play. See, our son, he collect comic books, And with the comic books, I've learned because of what he do that you can buy a comic book today for a certain amount of money. In a few years, it'll be worth. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm gonna tell
Yeah.
you this. That issue right there with Hezekiah on it, yeah, it's gonna be that's a golden issue right there. And I know if he heard me saying this, he would say it himself. And I need to let the people know as well that we give all esteem to the Most High. There's nothing. It's not about Hezekiah. Okay, it's not about him. It's about the ministry that brother is doing and giving to the nation.
That's right.
It's solid, and it's like Sister Delta has said. His music is charting, not just in the nation of Israel. It's charting all over the world.
To usher Israel in. That's what his music is about to do.
Exactly.
Everything that everybody's been saying that, well, we need somebody. Here it is. It's
Yep,
happening.
there
right
it is,
now.
right there.
In
Yep.
real time. This brother
Yep.
is on the charts up there with real artists. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Con.
not saying that y'all aren't real artists, so y'all don't get offended, but he's up there with the Drakes and the Jay-Z's and the Nas's and all of that. So that means that the world is paying attention. Not saying that they haven't been paying attention. This brother is jamming.
They're forcing them to now.
Yeah,
Hezekiah is forcing the world
right.
to pay attention
That's
now.
right.
Exactly.
And everything about the album was done perfectly. The artwork, the positioning of the songs, the way he composed them, the way the lyrics, the message, the way he's delivering the message is relatable. He's coming with the righteous flavor and the gutter swag. Shout out to Hezekiah. So,
I think one of the things too that is the most remarkable about it is that when you meet Hezekiah, you can believe every word that he say on the album. It's not, it's not that he is out there just making music. When you meet him, from what it is that I've seen of him, he's walking that walk and he's talking that talk.
And he's so humble.
Very humble, brother.
Him and Paisley are some of the most humble brothers I've ever met
Very
in my
humble,
life.
brother. Yep.
So yes.
Yep.
Shout out to Hezekiah and everything that him and his family are doing over there. Bless them.
Big con. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention that. I apologize.
You're good. Yeah. That's what that's what it's about. He's actually making like what we've been saying, what we've been wanting. He's the vessel that's being used to get that job done. So it's worth a shout out.
He's allowing himself to be used to get that job done. Exactly. He is a vessel. He's an instrument of the Most High. Yep.
Absolutely. No denying that. No denying that at all. So yeah, that's what we got going on right now. And we're looking forward to that issue with Hezekiah. We are going to start planning the Drip and Sip November. So we're getting excited about that. I don't know if it's going to be in Dallas or if it's going to be in Houston this year. So
okay.
All
right. Oh, you might come south with it.
Yes, it have been brought to me a few times. So when stuff gets consistently brought across my desk, I do have to consider it. So
right.
We are considering Houston. So look out. We'll be definitely making some announcements in November. So we have that going on. If you guys are looking for some beats, mixing, mastering in a professional manner, make sure that you holler at my husband, the Kulinati. He does pretty much everything that has to do in the background with production on an album. He makes beats, he mixes and masters them. He has instrumentals. He does custom made samples and custom made instrumentals. What that meaning is you got a tune in your head and you don't know what you're doing and you really trying to get it off. You got this tune. You can come to him or work with him and he'll work with you and figure out how to put that actual track together and create it for you. We have exclusive tracks, beat leases, all kind of different stuff. So yeah, if y'all are looking for beats, you're looking for a good quality mix and master, make sure that you holler at my mans. Yeah.
Naughty. Yeah. It's some dope music too, man. The brother be putting out some dope. Yeah, some dope stuff.
Something, he be doing a little something. He be think he doing something.
He likes to be in the background. He is normally in the background.
Yeah.
That's right. He likes it back there.
Yeah. I understand. I get it.
We balance each other. We balance each other.
I can see that. I absolutely can see that.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
What else you got, sis? You know, these announcements are yours. I told you when you come to this house, you gonna work. You are not a guest.
He made sure that you guys look. This goodie bag is what's up. Our street team is some of everywhere all the time in the Dallas Fort Worth area, in the Atlanta area, in the Houston area. We just, we travel around. We got team members in all three of those states that are going to all different types of events all the time. So we're offering a goodie bag. And what that goodie bag is it one of these like tote bags, or it'll be a gift box that's filled with goodies for consumers, potential investors, VIPs. We got business cards in it, product samples. There's stuff like candles, soaps, keychains, fringes, different stuff, t-shirts, magazines, brochures, all kind of different stuff like that. We've even had flash drives and music in the bags before, and what we do is we give these bags away for free to our important VIP guests that when we go to these events and travel. So
that's awesome.
Interested, and like I said, we be some everywhere in all type of different events. So if you guys are interested, make sure that you email us at thelighthebrewmagazine@gmail.com or contact us on the website at tlhmagazine.net. And we'll get you taken care of.
So what the price look like for a goodie bag?
It's very affordable. A goodie bag is $30. It's $30 for a submission. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then cool. And that's with your business logo on it and a filled bag.
That's right.
How many bags is it?
We normally, now that's what I was just getting ready to say. So as far as the material, the consumer that you get that first time, each time that you send a different material, it's $30. So that $30, you will ship and mail the items to us. So that the amount that we receive is up to you. And we'll consistently use your material in all of the bags that we make. I can't give an amount because we're always making bags.
Gotcha. And you ship the bags back to the individual.
Well, it depends. Like we have team members in Houston. So once we fill a bag, like we have bags that are filled right now, we're getting ready to ship those to Houston, give those to the two team members that we have out there. They beat the streets wherever events, they'll distribute them out there. And then the same thing goes on in Atlanta. So yeah. And we're also actually hiring for team members. We need street team members. We need sales members. So if you guys are interested in working for The Light, email us.
You heard that? Heard that? The Light Hebrew Magazine is in the business of employing people too.
We're expanding. They
are expanding. There you go. All right, Jamil, the trunk rattler is in the house. How you doing, brother? True Judah is in the house. Glad that you're here. I saw a brother, I think by the name, Lewis. Lewis is in the house. Shalom, brother. Shalom. Yeah, shalom. Everybody that is up in his house.
Hey, Shalom.
Big country, the Hebrew.
Yes, my brother. He is out healthy and talking his stuff again. That's what he doing. He is just fine.
That's good. Yeah.
Yes. So good to hear. But it's gonna be a long road though. It's definitely gonna be a long road. The brother had a heart attack and some kidney failure, all type of blood clot. He had a bunch of things going on at the same time. So now he is at home. All praises to the Most High. He is at home and recovering, doing physical therapy and things like that. However, he is not able to work. And this was a man that was working, at least like 12 hours a day of all 6 days a week. You know what I mean? So his family is in need right now. Any amount will do, everything adds up. So yeah, if you're able to give, you can go to GoFundMe.com and make a donation there.
Con. There is the GoFundMe there. Put it up one more again, baby. I'm sorry. There is the GoFundMe there. It's GoFundMe.com /F/Big Country, the Hebrew. I mean, look, look, Israel, this is what it's about. This is part of the gospel as well. We talk about it all the time as us being a nation. The Messiah say they would know who you are by the love that you share, by the love that you show. So this is our brother. He has a family. So yeah, let's keep them in prayer as well. And this also, like the sister said, whatever it is, you know, if the Most High bless you to be able to help with the family that is in need, please do not, you know, hold back on that. So yeah, big country, we're praying for you, brother. We love you. And if I'm not mistaken as well, Delta, didn't you say that he wanted to visit us here?
Absolutely. He absolutely does want to come on the show and give his testimony. He wants to talk about his experience, what happened, and he has a message to the nation. You know, all the silly stuff that we worry about and all the back and forth that's happening within, I'm going to call them the online community. There's so much crap going on, you know, and with him having a life-threatening experience like that, he has a message for us that are caught up in the stupid stuff.
Well, yeah, well, we're not going to hold that off too long. I will be reaching out to the brother as soon as I possibly can and just talking to the brother, you know, get to know him as well. And I haven't met Big Country the Hebrew personally. I've heard he's an awesome guy, though. I really have. Yeah.
His reputation precedes him.
Exactly. I heard he is one who does not mince words.
At all.
Yeah.
What is on his mind,
Right.
And that's what it is. So yes, shout out to Big Country.
So we might have us a great conversation then, because I'm the exact same way.
Yes.
Yeah, my wife, my wife and kids dare not have me on a speakerphone.
Oh, absolutely not. Unless I'm by myself, I do not answer with him on speakerphone. Absolutely not. He is for real. That person, that friend, you do not answer.
That's me all day too. I can't tell him.
Hey, look. Hey.
Okay, wait a minute, Delta. My mom in the car. Oh, okay.
Please speak up.
Understand me. You already knew what it was when you called me. Don't be playing with me. I swear, truth be told, get the best of me. I love y'all, but y'all get the best of me.
Funny. Shout out to Lorvins and his team over there. Congratulations to them. This weekend, they're going to have their premiere for the movie Consequences in Decatur, Georgia. I am very excited about this. Israelite movies, Israelite films, all this stuff is finally taking off. Like I said before, everything that we've been talking about, everything that we've been saying we want to do is all happening. It's all coming to pass right now. It's all happening. So shout out to Lorvins, J Lutch, your Pa Q, Hygie Go Lightly and his family, everybody over there that's involved in One Lion Productions. This actual short film is about some real things that happened to Lorvins in his life. So it's not his life story, but it is about some realistic things that happened to him in his life. So if you're in the Georgia area, anywhere near Decatur or the surrounding areas, this Saturday, August 24th, the tickets are available on Eventbrite. They were $10. I don't know if they've gone up now, but they were $10. Go on to Eventbrite, just search Consequences and it'll come up. Shout out to them. Like I said, if you're in that area, make sure that you come
It's almost sold out, though. I did go online and check it out. It is almost sold out. So if you plan on going or you interested, you better go get your tickets tonight.
Is it going to be premiering at a theater?
Yes, it's a theater.
Okay. Do you know the name of the theater?
It was on the GoFundMe. I don't know the name of the theater, so that information is going to be on the GoFundMe. But yeah, I know it's on the big screen. It's definitely on the big screen.
And once it leaves the big screen, is it going to stream?
Absolutely. I am almost positive that it's going to be streaming on H2N Network, which that's Ron Dalton's network.
The Negroes.
No, for sure it'll be on there. I'm almost positive it'll probably be on Nasia TV as well. So yes, we will have access to view it on streaming platforms.
It's going to be at Porter Sanford, the 3rd Performing Arts and Community Center.
She be on it, see. That's why I pay her what I pay her.
Okay. Yes, indeed.
Yeah, that, she come asking for a raise. I'm like, nah, I'm just kidding.
Y'all
Yeah.
funny.
But yeah, that is awesome. That is awesome. I'm excited about that too. I saw the trailer and I was like, yo, this looked real professional. It looked real. It looked good. It looked like, and I'm just going to see what we're going to see what Jay, Lorvins, and your posse, what they acting chops are like.
Because you know it's gonna be funny because they all silly and don't have
Right.
sense. Everybody. So it's
Right.
funny. It's
Right.
supposed to be serious, but we gonna be laughing.
Exactly.
Already. And Lorvin's just be looking how he be looking in real life in that trailer.
Yeah. No acting at all. This is Lorvins.
Yes, I'm just excited and grateful that Israel is really doing their thing right now.
Israel is talented.
Yes, and we're on display. The music is getting better. Everybody is stepping up their game. The music videos are good quality. The podcasts are good quality. It is up for the nation. We can just act like we got some sense.
Right. Yeah, the Most High is moving in a serious way. And I guess everything at this particular time, the quality of everything has to become better because we're getting so late in time. And all of us, whatever it is that you do, if you make music, you podcasting, making magazines such as yourself, whatever it is that we do, all of these are ministries.
That's right.
And people who is not people who is of Judah and of the nation that do not know it, they're being introduced to the truth through us, through our various platforms. And so we can't have anything out there that's not put together properly, that's not representing. One of the things that I've been holding on to here lately, because I came into a deeper understanding to it, is that the kingdom is in us, Delta, which means that when the world see us, they see the kingdom. When we talk to them, we're speaking the kingdom to them. When we are around them, we engulf them with the kingdom. And so we have to be mindful of how we talk. We have to be mindful of how we treat people. We have to be mindful of how we carry ourselves. We have to be mindful of how we smell and how we, all of this here. Why? Because we represent the Most High. And everything that we do, and people are watching us, man. They are watching us. So yeah, all praises to the Most High for everything that is happening in Israel, for all of the people who is moving and shaking and is making this thing possible. As the Messiah said, the gospel, it must be taken to all corners of the earth. And that's exactly what we're doing. So yeah, it's going to be great.
Everybody's putting their bricks in. Everybody's putting their bricks in, and it's getting done.
It's getting
an exciting
done.
time to be alive.
I tell my wife and kids all the time that we live in a time that the prophets wish that they lived in.
Yeah, this
is the time.
What happened then?
Yeah,
they didn't know it was gonna be wide open like this. They
thought
look here or something back. We don't bust hell wide open.
I'm gonna tell you what, we better be glad them prophets not around here, cause boy, they'd be walking around here knocking Negroes upside their heads. You understand? They would not be going for this hill.
Knock the brothers down. Somebody need to be slapping the sisters. We need
both of them. Yes, that's for real. Yep, it would be going down. It'll be going down. Yep. So is that all the announcements?
That's all the announcements.
That is all the announcements. Okay, then cool. Delta, are you sticking around a little bit?
I can definitely stick around for a little bit. What we talking about?
All right. So first up, we're going to talk about this young lady who decided it was a good idea to wear shorts to an interview. She didn't find an issue with it. She went so far as to post a video on TikTok. And like I say, Audacity is an all-time high, and it must be on sale because she got up there and made it seem like she was absolutely right for what she had on. The interviewer gave her an opportunity to go home and change, asked her, would you like to go home and change and reschedule your interview? And she said, no, I don't. So she didn't see a problem with what she had on. At the end of the day, I think it's about this generation who thinks they can come and go as they please, say and do as they please, and there are no consequences for it. But bless her heart. Bless her heart, because she really felt like she was in the right for wearing shorts to an interview. Matter of fact,
what kind of job?
Who is? Yeah, I was going to ask that as well.
I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure what the job was. I don't know if she ever came back and talked about it. I just know when I first saw it, and this is what she said that she wore to the interview, and I was like, well, where was she interviewing? Was she interviewing in a park? Because if she's interviewing somewhere where shorts are part of the uniform,
Right.
it makes sense. But
Right.
for the interviewer to ask her if she wanted to go home and change, and her say no, my assumption is it wasn't something that was kosher for where she should
That's
what
not
she interviewed
even
for.
an interview outfit.
No, not even close.
Like,
not even
what
close.
does she have on? Anyway, yeah, I need to know what kind of job it is, because she knew better than that.
Not even close.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to ask as well with this generation, because when we grew up, our parents stayed on top of us on certain stuff. Who's to blame for this? Like this entire generation, because we talk about, like, we see them. You remember when we were younger and we would go to the mall? We would dress up to go to the mall.
Yes,
We would dress up to go to the mall, and our generation, we pretty much made sure we look good everywhere that we go.
the first
go
day
to the
of
mall,
school was lit.
man, it was lit. These kids nowadays, they everyday attire for real is pajamas. That's why I was talking about that, pajamas. I see them, you know what I'm saying? Pajamas and Crocs. That's how they leave the house on a day. It's like no care whatsoever. Like, who's to blame for this, that you felt it appropriate to go to an interview in shorts? And then when you were asked, would you like to go change? You said that's a surefire tell that you probably not going to get the job because of how you dress, but you don't care because you feel like you in the right.
Well, props to the interviewer who asked her, instead of just dismissing her, she asked her if she wanted to go home and change. She gave her an opportunity, go home and change, because she could be great at what she does. It might have been something in her resume that they saw that's like, she'd be a great asset to our team. Maybe she doesn't know any better. You asked who's to blame. I think there's quite a few people to blame. I wouldn't necessarily lay this at the parents' doorstep, because this generation, it is what they do, what they want to do, because society has told them they can.
Yep.
So, and if you spend all your waking hours at school or in some other environment, you don't get as much time with your own family. You get influenced by social media, by the world, by the people that you're around, and if they're telling you that what you're wearing is okay and it's appropriate, it's okay and it's appropriate. Who are we to say otherwise? So
Right.
I don't know that I blame the parents, but bless her heart. So
this generation is definitely whack, and they do what they want to do.
she said they are whack.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna disagree with you, sis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
crazy. They don't have no respect for their elders. They don't have no respect for the little kids. They lazy. She wasn't finna do nothing at the job. No way. You got an attitude when they done gave you an opportunity to go change. Now you got an attitude. You girl, boy, don't come in here.
right.
You gonna be
Right. That I guess too, when you look at it like that, what Delta just said, that's another, mark by your name as to you not even compliant. You know what I'm saying?
And you want them to give you their money. You don't have any money. You up
She don't
here
want a
you
job.
need some money.
Right.
Yeah,
That
she don't
part.
want a job.
That part.
Well, speaking of generation, this one I was actually happy to talk about. This young man, he's a 12-year-old. I'm sorry. I want to say he's 15. Yeah, 15. He is from Ethiopia, and he's been honored by Time Magazine for creating a soap that could possibly treat and cure skin cancer. They reported that he reported that he noticed how the sun affected certain people's skin and how they often worked in the sun without properly protecting themselves. So he took it upon himself to create this concoction that they believe will actually cure and treat skin cancer. So, and he's 15 years old. So,
Wow.
the generation isn't all thrown away.
It's not, and it's crazy that you brought that up because in this issue, remember I just told you we're doing some different things. We started a new category called the youth, and we're
Yep.
covering,
Oh wow.
yes, we're covering a 14-year-old basketball player and a 15-year-old high school graduate this month. So yes, I love this article. I love to see it, and this is parents pouring into their children very early.
Mm-hmm.
That is, parents actually taking the time to invest in their kids and not wasting time. So shout out to them. Yeah, that's a wonderful article. I
Is
love.
he in America? I know you say he's from Ethiopia. Is he still in Ethiopia?
I believe he's still in Ethiopia.
He's still in
I believe
Ethiopia.
he's still in Ethiopia.
Yeah, we need to pray for that brother too, man, and remember his name too, because 15 years from now, if his soap really worked, somebody from Europe gonna be the one that came up with it. They're gonna steal it from him. You know how? You know how we need to go by that issue so we can say, nah, it was this dude right here.
That's right. That's right.
Well, the flip of that, you have his parents raising him right. The flip of that is these two parents. So a 12-year-old Texas girl died after her parents tried to treat her life-threatening injuries with smoothies. So the mother and stepfather of this 12-year-old girl were arrested on felony charge after she died from serious injury they tried to treat with smoothies for 4 days instead of seeking medical attention. Miranda Sips, a cheerleader at Jordanton Junior High School in Christine, Texas, was pronounced dead at 9:55 p.m. on August 12th after being taken unconscious to the hospital, according to a news release by Tuscaloosa County Sheriff David Saward. I'm not entirely sure what the illness was that she had, but whatever it is, for it to be a serious illness and them not take her to the doctor and make it a decision to treat her with smoothies, that don't make a whole lot of sense to me. I can't understand why you wouldn't take her to get medical treatment. For them to say it was serious injuries, there had to have been something else significant going on for them to even charge them.
I mean, I could see like a smoothie for high blood pressure, but that is not anything that we don't even have to know what it was. We just know that it was something serious enough for her to die. So it's got to be some type of infection or something, and they just think that they can whip up some herbs in a smoothie, and she's
12 years old.
And it's his stepfather, right?
Yep, the stepfather.
I bet they were trying to hide something. Why they didn't want to go to the doctor.
Makes sense to me. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
I don't know. I would like to hear more myself.
I'll follow.
I would like, and I mean, it's not that I don't agree with Delta, and I see it from your standpoint too. But you know that there are people who are holistic. You know what I'm saying?
They don't look holistic. I'm just saying. Those are not the face of people who I would say are holistic. I'm just saying.
Okay,
you look holistic, all right.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. They don't look holistic, but I still would like to hear more, though.
Agree.
You know, of the situation, because this is my thing too, though. 100%, and y'all know how much I hate doctors. I hate them. Like, I'm not trying to go to the doctor for Nathan. But doctors are here for a reason. They really are.
Exactly.
And this the thing too. Doctors, in my opinion, they kill people every day with their treatments, you know, and this is why I say I would like to hear more. What was the ailment? What was she sick from? You know what I'm saying? Where did they get the idea of the smoothies? And to put it out there, I agree with you, Delta. I do think that they was trying to hide something. I don't think that they was doing it for holistic reasons, but you still want to hear the whole story, though. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because when we go to the doctor, like we hear doctors misdiagnosing people all the time, or we hear doctors giving people the wrong medications all the time, or we hear doctors putting people on chemotherapy and they go in all right, and then 6 weeks later they dying, and you know, and they tell them that I feel like they need to be getting charged too. I feel like if you start putting doctors
on trial,
on trial.
They'll stop eating at the wrong medicine.
That's just my opinion, and I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion.
When they start locking us up and making assaults felonies, people start thinking twice before going up some side.
Right.
Head.
Right. Exactly.
Make an example out of somebody.
Yep, exactly. Because I mean, malpractice. In my opinion, I think doctors are serial killers. They, you know what I'm saying? I mean,
well, let's not lump them all together. Let's say that some of them are, because there are some doctors out there who do what they're supposed to do. I mean, case in point, let's think about our own situation where we had. I mean, this is probably more of a nurse situation, but you do have doctors who take the right route. But there are others who are just in it to win it. They in it for the money. They don't care about the person.
Right.
They are literally practicing medicine.
Man, we are straight guinea pigs. But yeah. But we're gonna have to keep up with that story.
Yeah, we'll follow up. We'll follow up on that one. All right. So next up, 70 million hit by devastating drought and food shortages in Southern Africa. Have y'all heard about this?
I heard a little bit of it. There's a whole lot of people died as well, right? Yeah.
So nearly 70 million people in Southern Africa are suffering from the effects of El Nino induced drought, according to Southern Africa Development Community, resulting in widespread food shortages and even forcing some families to eat grass seed. Zambia and Zimbabwe have declared the hunger crisis a state of disaster, while Lesotho and Namibia call for humanitarian support. So the reason I asked the question, have you guys heard about it, is they've called for humanitarian support. I've not heard this anywhere in mainstream media, any of the news outlets talking about sending aid to this country and to these places to help these people who are dealing with this drought. I mean, look at that ground. That is insane. If you know anything about crops and growing food, a ground that looks like that, that's not just regular drought. That's been coming.
Right.
So they knew this was happening. And if you look at the crops in the background,
that ground got eczema. It's very dry.
Basically, but you've not heard anybody talk about sending aid over there. Because there's no benefit in it. There's no reward. There's nothing that the country's going to get from it.
Kamala and Trump, we got all these other distractions going on. They not worried about them people over there. Did you say 70 million? Is that what you said?
70 million are affected from this drought. 70 million.
That's a lot of people. For them not to be on CNN or anything, that's a lot.
I have not seen it. I have not.
Well, we just did the report last week of the village that was pretty much destroyed from the landfill. Mm-hmm. That was in Africa.
What do those two things have in common?
They're in Africa. Okay. Exactly. Right. Just like we're going to get into the story tonight about the monkeypox. Mm-hmm. You know, it's one of the things that I mean, as long as it's in Africa, though, they fine with it, you know. But when it started getting outside of the continent of Africa, that's when they start talking about it. That's not new in Africa. That's, you know what I'm saying? What's new is that it's starting to breach the borders of the continent of Africa and starting to affect them pale people. And now they want to start talking about it.
Now they're worried about
it. Now it's a problem.
But this is the thing with that drought. And where did you say it was in Africa? Zimbabwe?
It just says Southern Africa.
Southern Africa. This is the thing. Hey, if these people can make it rain, and we've seen them do that. We've seen them flood. What was that? Indonesia. You know what I'm saying? In different places with rain, with seeding.
So why they not making it rain there? Is what you saying?
If they can make it rain, do you not think that they can make it dry up as well? Mm. Look now. Understand this, that and Ayob and myself, we say this all the time on this show, that regardless of how it's being done, whether the Most High himself doing it or if it's being engineered, it's still being done. And these are plagues that are striking the land. Absolutely. These are woes. That's what we're looking at, people. Go get in your Revelations and go get in your 2 Esdras 13 through 16 and understand that these are woes that we are looking at, most definitely.
And there's certainly more to come.
And there are certainly more to come. But you have to ask yourself the question, man, that if they can make it rain nonstop to flood these places, they can also dry it up to where these people cannot crop. and grow food for themselves. So we're dealing with murderers. We're dealing with people who are backwards in their thinking and don't care about life whatsoever. And this is one of the main reasons why we're not hearing about it, because people will start asking questions. Look, Daniel told us that in the last days, knowledge shall increase. And we live amongst a whole generation. We talk about these pajama wearing generational kids, but these jokers will go and research some stuff and they will come and find out, hey, you understand what I'm saying?
You hate your pajamas, don't you? You can't stand them.
Man, look, why? Yeah, it's just weird to me.
Speaking of pajamas, it's not about pajamas.
It's weird to me. You
So,
big dummy.
yeah, man, we got a big dummy moment. So, a judge decided that
This dude.
36th District Court Judge Kenneth King has been dragged for his actions against Eva Goodman, despite previous assertions that his harsh response to her dozing was necessary. King's behavior got him removed from his docket. So, in a statement released Thursday, Chief Judge William McConaughey said that the decision came after a swift and thorough internal investigation. King is now ordered to undergo the necessary training to address the underlying issues that contributed to this stunt. We regularly and actively welcome students to observe and engage with the judicial process, aiming to provide valuable education experiences and foster familiarity with the justice system. We sincerely hope that this incident does not undermine our long-standing relationship with local schools, McConaughey wrote. So essentially what happened is she was there on a school project. They get to go witness how court is carried out. They get to, hear sentencings. They get to hear attorneys present the cases. This is something that the school has been doing for years to allow these students to go to the courthouse and witness this. Don't know what's going on with the young lady, but apparently she fell asleep. Maybe she was up too late the night before. Who knows what was going on with her? But she fell asleep. And this dude, Judge Kenneth King, decided he was going to put her in handcuffs because he didn't like the fact that she went to sleep in his courtroom.
The student?
He put the student in handcuffs. She's there on a field trip.
I got to hear what Delta got to say about this.
Yeah. Okay, first of all, what color was she?
I never looked that up. She was us. Yeah, I thought she. Yeah, that's her right there. Mm-hmm. That's her right there. You see right there.
She's a minor, so they have her face blurred out.
But you can see her arms. Yeah.
That's her
black.
arms.
He definitely is black, and I cannot stand him. He probably like this all the time. He's probably on one of them power judges. And he probably was like, is she asleep? I know she ain't asleep. He probably one of them, want everybody to pay attention to him, wants everybody to stroke his ego on some stupid stuff. Now, he done traumatized this girl. She done went to school. She done came in your courtroom, probably looking up to you, fascinated by everything that's going on around her, and you done did that. Stupid self. He is
big dummy for real.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Be your own people.
Yeah.
Always.
I just asked my wife the question a while ago, who betrayed Yasha? Who betrayed the Messiah?
Yeah, blackies.
Yeah, Judas. Brother that he broke bread with, Yeah. So that was crazy, man. He had a whole fit because this girl was sleeping in his courtroom. Yeah, he had a whole fit about it. I think he woke her up once and she fell asleep again, and she was like, I apologize. I'm tired.
And he's probably boring. We're talking about court.
Right.
Right.
What kind of judge is he? Is he doing traffic tickets or is he doing dope cases?
Right. Right. Exactly.
Content matters. Absolutely.
Exactly.
You know really what's going on.
Right.
That's really what it is. And she probably, after then you sleep too. So she probably like, dang, what? And then,
that's a surefire way though of making that those kids not want to go into that profession, because I'm sure that this is the reason the school have a relationship with the courtroom and the courthouse anyway, to show them. And as Black children, we need to see that, because one of the things that bother me the most is like Black TV. Go to Tubi, you'll see all of our movies are the same thing: dope, pimping, dancing, strip club dancing.
Or poverty.
Exactly. We haven't had, y'all have heard me say it several times on the show, we haven't had like a real positive Black family on TV or on the camera since the Cosby Show.
Cosby's did it, the one and only. The other
Right.
one tried, but it didn't. It just.
You had the Blackish, but look at the name, Blackish. Like, Blackish, really, we Black. They coconuts. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were, right? And so you take these urban children to the court, and they see how litigation work. This is a good thing for them. And here your dumb butt is, you gonna handcuff the girl, and like Delta said, you done traumatized this girl.
I mean, where
Like
did
she's a criminal for falling
holding
asleep.
tank with the real inmates?
I don't know. Did he put her in a holding tank?
I don't know if you look at this picture. Let me put it back up really quick.
It looks like she got a jail
Yes, looks like she got on the jail scrubs.
So that means she went to go dress out. So this means that
dress
you
out.
gonna send her to go dress out, cough, bend over,
For falling asleep.
him. She done had to come back to the holding tank, and then look. That's probably him afterwards. After she done been through all, that's probably his funny looking stuff, looking at her stupid, like she's still around.
Yeah.
Either way, it's like I said, you don't necessarily know what was going on with this young lady. She could have been up studying late the night before. She might be helping take care of siblings, an elderly parent. Who knows what was going on? She might have to work. So there's probably a number of different things that could have been happening with her. But for him to put her in handcuffs as opposed to pulling her to the side, having a conversation, I don't agree, obviously, with what he did, but I'm glad that the judicial system didn't agree with him either and took appropriate action and removed him from the bench, because they did say that he was going to get some more training and that they were going to address underlying issues. So it sounds like he got some other personal stuff going on.
Do you guys think that he'd have did that to a white student?
He better not.
He did that to even a Mexican. It's a problem. Jose them coming up there.
Or Asian.
She said Jose them coming up there. Jose, Lupita,
they on their way.
Maria,
doing none of that.
Holmes.
All of them.
They on their way. In the
One of them shermed out, but ready to finger on the trigger.
Let me tell you something, Judge. You can't be doing that to my daughter. That's not right.
And we
yes, indeed.
And that makes it even worse, because he's just one of them that's in position, that's drunk with power.
That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Right. That's not right. This girl is going to remember this the rest of her
life. For the rest of her life.
Yeah, absolutely.
You are absolutely right, Delta. Absolutely right.
All right, people, it's time for our first music break. I think, Delta, if you want to stick around a little afterwards, you can stick around, but we're going to head to our first music break.
I'm gonna go ahead and take off, y'all. I gotta cook dinner. It's been a pleasure. I had so much fun.
As always.
Yes. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Much love to everybody in the chat. I'll see y'all soon.
All right now. Hey, it's good to have you, and we'll talk to you later, ladies. Shalom. Shalom.
And with that being said, we're gonna take our first music break. This is Different Road by Karat Bazaar.
Right at the corner, I'm bustin'. Hey, They want me back in the streets with the vultures, the carnal life filled with the harlots and roaches. I want my body so covered in blood, the gremlins and demons will hardly approach me. Old man dead, he a blur. Decapitated him like a fur. I left that man for the righteousness. You can catch me if you can, you can come. I'm fully vested in the bread from heaven. You invested in the bread 11s. Fully covered in the lamb's blood. You can't get to heaven in them patent 11s. What you talking about? Hell ain't real, you a whole lie. Hell so dry, get cotton mouth. Let's be out your cotton. It's a pick and roll. Ma, I can go that way. It's a different road. I can go that way. That's a different road. I can't go that way, man. How about the bustin'? You turn bustin' right there. I'm bustin'. You hear me? Look, I tell my chauffeur to bust a right, bust a move while I bust the rhymes. You want a rollie to bust down, but when the time goes, you gotta bust the light. Price come, you got a Bud Light. Drunk thinking he's Buzz Light. The angels with the main toy soldiers. It's in a cartoon, but it's real life. You in the lane with the lame of the lames. I'm in the lane with the king of our kings. I'm patiently waiting for the Lord of the crowns. You patiently wait for the Lord of the rings. Cut it from your mind. It's rubbish, yeah. You pun your way down to the gutter and clearly, brother. Yeah, I can go that way. It's a different road. I can go that way. That's a different road. I can go that way. How about the bustin'? You turn, bustin' right at the corner. I'm bustin'.
All right. That is Karatazar, one of my faves, man, from way back. That brother be dropping some heaters for real. What we got? Time for the news, huh?
Right.
Okay. Let's get it.
So staying on pace with talking about legal situations. The Florida woman in 2022, I believe, no, 2023, who shot and killed a neighbor, her black neighbor, as a matter of fact. The jury decided that she was guilty. So, says a white Florida woman was convicted Friday of manslaughter in the fatal shooting of a black neighbor after the jury rejected her claims that she fired through a metal door in self-defense amid an ongoing dispute over children playing outside her home. The all-white jury in Ocala, Florida, found 60-year-old Susan Lorenz guilty after 2.5 hours of deliberation. Lorenz faces up to 30 years in prison at sentencing. She initially had claimed self-defense when she fired a single shot with a .38 caliber handgun through her front door on June 2nd, 2023, killing A.J. Owens. Circuit Judge Robert W. Hodges did not immediately set a sentencing day, but ordered a background report be done on Lawrence. For him to order a background report tells me something else is probably about to happen. But so this was obviously a positive outcome that she was found guilty. However, because the decision to prosecute on charges of manslaughter were easier to obtain, do we think justice was actually served?
I don't know. Was talking to you about this the other day. Let's play yes, no, or maybe so.
Okay.
Let's do that. So I had to go look them up. You know, I don't be knowing stuff. So manslaughter, right? What is it? Manslaughter. It involves an unlawful killing that lacks malice, afterthought, which basically means there was no intent to seriously harm or kill or extreme reckless disregard of life. So that's manslaughter. That's what she was charged with, right? So do you know if it was voluntary or involuntary? Do you know? Because it's two different manslaughters.
They didn't specify.
They didn't specify?
No, in the article they didn't specify, but I'll see if I can find it. Keep going.
Okay. So you got voluntary manslaughter, which is defined as a heat of passion crime. Say, for instance, you know, a husband find his wife cheating and he come in and he kill him or her or both of them. That's voluntary. And then you have involuntary manslaughter, which typically results from an unintentional homicide due to criminally negligent or reckless conduct. So I guess that'll be kind of like a DWI.
Correct.
Right. So do she fit one of those in the manslaughter?
Well, let's switch it up a little bit. She was actually found guilty of first-degree felony manslaughter with a firearm.
Okay, first-degree felony. Okay. So let's look at first-degree murder, though, right? Which where someone dies during the commission of a felony like a bank robbery or oftentimes premeditated. I don't think that it falls up under that because they wasn't doing anything criminal, right? But then you got second-degree murder where it's not maliciously planned but still intentional. It is unplanned killing or death caused by reckless disregard of human life. Ding, ding, ding. That's the one that I think it is. Because it was reckless. She shot through a metal door. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
She shot through a metal door and she had disregard of human life. You can't see on the other side of the door. You don't know who you're shooting at. One of the rules when you're shooting guns is always know what's behind your target. This is one of the first rules of learning gun safety. Know what's behind your target. You can't know what's behind the door with the door closed and you shooting. So to answer that question just off the top, going through the list of manslaughter, voluntary manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter, first-degree murder, second-degree murder, I believe that second-degree murder is what she could have been and should have been charged with. That's just my opinion. So, I mean, how do you think? What do you?
So I don't agree that it should have been any kind of manslaughter. I think it absolutely should have been murder, just outright murder. She knew exactly what she was doing when she went and got her firearm. You're behind the door. What do you think she's going to do to you behind your door? It's a metal door. It's closed. It's locked. Obviously, she not. You can look out the window, see if she's got a firearm, see if there's a bunch of people that came with her, because she did say she feared for her life. Normally, when people fear for their lives, what's the first thing that they do? They call 911. I mean, that's what Sonya Macy did. We see what happened to her in that situation. But normally, people in their right mind call the police. They call for assistance. She went and got her gun. She knew exactly what she was doing. So personally, I feel like it was premeditated murder. She was waiting for this lady to show up.
So that takes us back to first degree murder. Then that if you think that it was
a murder charge.
Right.
I think manslaughter, even though it's 30 years, she can get up to.
I don't
30
think she'll
years.
get nowhere close to 30 years, to be honest with you. And it goes back to what you said earlier when the judge said that he want to go back and look at her background. So I think we're going to get jilted again in this.
Yep.
I believe that the manslaughter charges was the first part of us being jilted on this thing. There's no love for us at all. We see this over and over. We talk about this over and over on this show. There is no other nation that couldn't have happened to no other nation, and it would have went down like that. That's the point of bringing this topic here up. And give a little history. AJ Owens, which is the victim, her children complained that Susan, she even throw roller skates and an umbrella at her kids. This is where all of this stemmed from. The kids went back and told their mama, hey, this old lady, she threw roller skates at us and an umbrella. So what is a parent to do? Exactly what she did. She went to the house, knocking on the door. Exactly. And she said that she was beating on the door hysterically. Well, I bet she was. You done threw roller skates and an umbrella at my kids. So if you were afraid for your life, it's because you knew you did wrong.
Right.
You was afraid that you was about to get one handed to you. Right.
Honestly, though, I don't think she was afraid for her life.
I don't think she was
this
either.
This woman was beating on the door the way she claimed she was beating on the door. None of her story adds up. None of it adds up. There are other neighbors around that say she had been a menace for a long time. She mistreated more specifically the black children in the neighborhood. So she knew what she was doing. She absolutely knew what she was doing. So,
this was something that, and I agree with you with the premeditated part, because you speak evil into existence. We say stuff all the time, little small stuff, man. I'm gonna kill this joke if he don't be quiet. You know what I'm saying? If you say that again, boy, I'm gonna kill you.
Right.
This was an ongoing occurrence, and this grassy area where the kids played, it was somewhere close enough in a proximity to where Susan could hear them play. They probably wasn't even all that loud. She's just a mean, surly old white lady that probably didn't like the black kids playing by her house. You see what I'm saying? Because there have been conflicts between them already. And it's just like you said, there is no way you could have been afraid for your life inside of your house. All you had to do was not open the door.
That's it.
That's all. And call the police.
Yep, absolutely.
That's all you had to do. So you knew exactly what you was doing when you did it. So by them giving her manslaughter, I don't want to say that justice was served. I don't want to say that at all, but there's nothing I really can say. I think they dropped the ball on it, man. Yeah. I really do believe that they dropped the ball on it, and they're going to drop it again at come sentencing.
I think manslaughter is the lesser of the charges, lesser of the evil, so to speak. It's easier to prosecute the manslaughter. And then it's punishable by up to 30 years.
Right.
The operative word being up. Right. So that doesn't mean it's a mandatory of a minimum.
I wonder what's the minimum.
I don't even know that there is a minimum. They could actually give her probation.
Yeah, they could give her probation, right?
Because it's manslaughter. It's felony manslaughter, but for him to request a
background
on her. We'll follow
and a character check. Yeah.
We'll follow up on this one. So next up we have a Micah Nugget. So Micah Nugget is a story that our son gave to us. He tends to do that from time to time. He'll find something, read something like, hey, I think y'all need to talk about this on the show. So this one is a Micah Nugget that we are going to talk about. So I don't know how often you read the fine print on things that you sign. When you get contracts, when you sign it up for certain things, they give you all this legalese, mumbo jumbo, and you're expected to read word for word for word. How often do you go in and read word for word for word, that fine print, when you're just trying to pick up something, you're just trying to go buy something, you're just trying to add something? Nobody really reads that fine print like that, right? Well, you better start reading the fine print, because Disney is trying to throw out a wrongful death claim because the accuser signed up for a 1-month trial of the company's streaming service in 2019. So Jeffrey Piccoli is suing the entertainment giant for $50,000 after his wife had a fatal allergic reaction at a pub in Disney Springs, Florida in October 2023. He claims a waiter guaranteed food ordered by, I'm not sure what this restaurant is, Canna Caporn Tankson, who had a severe allergy to nuts and dairy at an Irish pub, Raglan Road, had no allergens, but she later collapsed and died. The lawyer representing the family described Disney's request, which argues that the matter must be resolved out of court as per the subscriber agreement to Disney Plus, as absurd. The notion that terms agreed to by a consumer when creating a Disney Plus free trial account would forever bar that consumer's right to a jury trial in any dispute with any Disney affiliate or subsidiary is so outrageously unreasonable and unfair as to shock the judicial conscience, lawyer Brian Denny wrote in the filing. Disney said the first page of its subscriber agreement states, any dispute between you and us is subject to a class action waiver and must be resolved by individual binding arbitration. So the importance of reading the fine print. This seems to be an unfathomable action on the part of Disney. Where do you think this case will land, and or do you think the consumer should be more intentional when signing contracts and agreements such as this one?
Yeah, Disney done backpedaled, so it's going to actually have to go. It's going to go to court now. They said in a statement with NBC on Tuesday that, given the sensitivity of the case, we've decided to waive our rights to arbitration and have the matter proceed in court. So that's good. When Michael brought it to us, I was tripping on it because it was like, they can't sue because they signed up for the prescription for Disney Plus. And I was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. That's how So getting to read it, it's not so much that they can't sue. It was more of Disney was saying, we're going to settle the matter across the table from each other.
Correct.
Our lawyers, your lawyers, and we'll come to an agreement. And so with them wanting to do that, and we talking about a major corporation, we're talking about Disney. Look, Disney is more than Disney. Disney is ABC. Disney is ESPN. Disney is huge.
Right.
Disney is huge. So, man, for them to throw that in the fine print, would that still be, even though you signed it, because it's like you said, who actually reads the fine print? And if you don't actually, and you put it in fine print, and all you trying to do is get Disney Plus, you just want to watch some movies.
I'm just trying to watch a movie. Right?
But you put it in the fine just because you signed it. That goes against, I think it's the seventh. I think it's the Seventh Amendment. I'm not 100% sure, but when wrong is done, you have a right to be able to sue. You see what I'm saying? And the thing is, with a contract, there has to be full disclosure. So I just don't understand how a company that big, that have the money that they have, that take as much as they do from the people, because they take, that when something happens on your watch, you are trying to find a way to where you can bag out of it, because arbitration is going to benefit them more than it's going to benefit the family. Am I correct? In what way? How so? How was arbitration better than arbitration better? How would it benefit Disney more than them going to court?
Generally, with an arbitration, there's typically a cap that happens with arbitration, and arbitration, you generally have to have an attorney who is, you can pay a certain amount of money that is going to get you whatever that bottom dollar is, whatever that certain amount of money is. And by the time it's all said and done, and you pay your attorney's fees and whoever had to go look up whatever, by the time it's all said and done, in this case, they wanted $50,000. Let's just say that's what they put out on the table for an arbitration. They're going to get less than that. They're going to get way less than that. The flip side of that is, if it's an actual lawsuit, I guarantee you've got some ambulance chasing law attorneys who will do that thing pro bono, because Disney has deep pockets, and they will go as long and as far as they need to go, which is what Disney is trying to avoid. Because as long as y'all want to keep pushing it, we can keep pushing it too. And the other thing that happens in suits is the attorney can add, the prosecuting attorney can add, we want you to pay all the legal fees. So the prosecution can say, I'm charging $200,000 for this.
Right.
Plus, my client is going to get XYZ amount of money. So an arbitration is definitely the way they want you to go.
Right.
They definitely don't want you to sue, because it doesn't benefit them.
So why do you think that they bagged off of it then and said that they're going to go to
because
court?
Somebody was going to sue them over the arbitration.
Somebody's going to sue them over.
So you asked about the amendment. It's the First Amendment's petition clause that gives individuals the right to file a lawsuit. It's subject to some restrictions, but that's essentially what it is. It's the First Amendment's petition clause that gives individuals the right to sue. So all right.
That's crazy, man, for them to even have something like that. So it's important that we start reading the fine print. Y'all remember that second season of Black Mirror? That's what it was about, man. Selma Hayek was in it, and she got a subscription for all of the people that got subscription for that Black Mirror Netflix, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, gave them permission to follow them and do stories on their life. So there is no telling what we be signing when we be signing those.
People going back and looking at all the things that they got an email that said that they signed off on this. To see where it lands.
That's crazy.
That one was a bit insane. That was a little over the top. I'm not even sure why Disney chose to go that route with that one.
Right.
But I'm glad to hear that they're backing off of that one, especially knowing that they only wanted $50,000.
Right.
Now it's probably going to be a little bit more than that. Somebody told them, just settle. Go ahead and just settle. Give them the $50,000 and be done with it. It'll be cheaper. All right. So next up, deportation, mass deportation. So blue states often promoted their status as being sanctuary states for illegal immigrants. But this rhetoric has become a reality under President Biden's administration with a surge of illegal immigrants entering these states. Texas, heavily impacted by relaxed immigration policies, is sending buses of illegal immigrants to these blue states as a response. These states are now facing the consequences of their pro-immigration stance, with places like Massachusetts recognizing illegal immigration as a significant issue. Now it's a problem. Massachusetts is increasing deportation with a projected record high of 44,000 cases for the 2024 fiscal year. And that's up to the point that this article was actually written. So I can imagine by the end of the year, it's going to be even more than that. But that being said, how do you, well, it's not even really how do you think we got here, but how did the country get here, and what happens if there's opposition to the initiative of high deportation?
Yeah, great question, and especially right now, 2024, and how this political race is starting. I asked you the question when you brought this story to me. What was Kamala job as VP?
The borders are. She's supposed to take care of the border.
That's what she was supposed to do, right? And she did not do a well job at that. Matter of fact, I hadn't heard anything that she did when it came to that, right? And now she's running for the high seat. So that tells me, you asked the question, how do we get here? Well, there you go. Many don't like to say it, but the Biden administration. And when I say many, I'm talking about the media, because remember when I was looking for these articles, I couldn't find them. I could not find them. It's like they went missing. Exactly. Matter of fact, I don't even have an article to go to because I couldn't find it. But the article was there. The Biden administration is how we got to where we are at. Greg Abbott here in Texas was like, okay, look, if you're not going to protect the border and you're not going to allow me to protect the border, because everything that he did, the federal came back and undermined what he did.
Right.
Everything that he did, the feds came in and undid what he did. So if you're not going to protect the border and you're not going to allow me to protect the border, well, every last one of them that come over here, we're going to send them to y'all blue states that you call yourselves sanctuaries. Be a sanctuary then. So these sanctuary states, guess what? They getting what they asked for. They getting what they asked for. And I mean, you got to think, man, that they up there minding their business. Massachusetts way up there.
Mm-hmm.
Texas, we right here at the border. Whatever affect us down here, hey, it's not affecting them. So the only way we can make you feel what we feeling, we're just going to go ahead and send them on up there to you. And that's exactly what Greg Abbott did. I don't know if you gave these numbers or not, but for 2024 fiscal year, the number in Massachusetts is set around 40,000. 40,000. And then it said the data indicate that the number is on track to reach 59,000. That's in the 2023 fiscal year. They saw 54,000, and the state has over 150,000 cases blogging down the immigration courts. It's in a backlog. That's a lot of people that's over here that do not supposed to be over here. So like you said, now it's a problem. It should have been a problem. But if you think it's bad now, how bad do you think it's going to be if the blue win?
Right. Well, and the other thing too is we've talked about it on the show a couple of different times, but it bears repeating. We don't know who all is coming over here. We have no idea who these people are.
Right.
Everybody that comes over here is not necessarily from a Hispanic based country. That's not what it is. You have people who take detours from wherever they're coming from, come in through these states and cross the border because nobody's going to question them. Nobody's going to ask any questions
because that border is wide open.
It's wide open.
That border is wide open. I can't tell you how. Just watching the news, last month they talked about a lot of the Hamas people, not so much the Hamas people, but people from that area who have crossed over into the border into this country. You know, I mean, it's crazy. I guess it's a moral issue or something for the reason that you don't want to send these people back. And I ask the question all the time. You go try just to go up in Russia if you want to.
Yeah, not happening.
Go try.
Not happening.
This is the only place where they just open up the borders wide open and anybody and everybody can just come over here and do what they want to do. Now, I told you that story about the lady who bought the food truck. You know, I'm not going to get a whole story, but the lady bought a food truck for $25,000 cash money that she worked hard to buy. She went to go sell a food truck and an immigrant came to her with paperwork in his hand and said that the government is going to give me the money to buy your truck from you.
Yeah.
The government is.
Yeah.
And we've been over here all of this time.
Well, then the other part of this too is it depends on who you are coming over here, because when Haitians came over here to seek asylum, what did we do?
Yeah. We hurry up and sent them back. And that was Kamala who said, don't you even dare think about coming over here.
We sent all of them back. Afghanistanians came over here. Not only did we allow them to come over here to seek asylum, we were having what do you call it? I don't want to call it charity events to buy Christmas presents for them, for those children, so that they could have bicycles and other things when they got here. But Haitians, we sent them back.
Yeah, we sent them back with the quickness. Yep.
All right, well, it's time for our next music break. And this is Shemaya by Linolia.
Shemai, Yashrela, Haya, Alahayim, Nawa, Ahaya, Kai. Say hood. Shemai, Yashrela, Ahaya, Alahayim, Nawa, Ahaya, Kai. Shemai, Yashrela, Ahaya, Alahayim, Nawa, Ahaya. Consuming fire burning in my soul. It's time to cry aloud and let the spirit flow. See, I gotta praise him, I got to give him praise. I remember those days, the only round was fast and pray. Building me up a new design to see who I am when my heart is tried. Granting me favor I don't deserve. I can't complain for all it's worth. Praise and worship every 24. Streets of gold and them doors don't close. Sickness, more pain, got a lot to lose, much more to gain. Here Israel, the Most High power is His holy breath it give me life. Only reason I survive. His holy breath it give me life. Hold up, let me switch it up. Haters drinking from a bitter cup. See all they lying, had a moon for them. They don't like the fact that we waking up. Off the grid, but still on the map. No escape, but we out the truck. They putting poison into the faucet water. Still prophesizing though the phone tap. This is not the time to be like the days ago. I'm hoping that you're prepping, praying that you know. He gave command of Jacob a shorty word. Children of prophets, in case you ain't heard. The Most High power is
Yeah. That is Linoleum, Hero Israel, Shema. That's what it is. Yeah, Shema. Yes, indeed. Let's get it. What we got next on the docket?
Monkeypox. It is on its way to the U.S., or so all things are pointing that way.
That looks terrible.
Man, that's somebody's nose, just FYI.
I didn't even realize
That's his nose up here in this corner. Yeah, that's a nose.
That looked like a whole mushroom.
It looks disgusting. So the World Health Organization has declared the ongoing outbreaks of monkeypox in Congo and elsewhere in Africa.
Poor fella.
To be a global emergency requiring urgent action to curb the virus transmission. Sweden has since announced it had found the first case of a new form of monkeypox previously only seen in Africa in a traveler, while other European health authorities warned more imported cases were likely. That seems highly unlikely that pandemics, including the most recent ones of swine flu and COVID-19, are typically sparked by airborne viruses that spread quickly, including by people who may not be showing symptoms. Ain't no way to hide that one. Can't say I ain't got no symptoms. Monkeypox, also known mpox.
Asymptomatic monkeypox.
Right.
What that look like?
I'm
missing Earl.
Mpox, also known as monkeypox, is spread primarily through close skin-to-skin contact with infected people or their soiled clothes or bed sheets. It often causes visible skin lesions that can make people less likely to be in close contact with others. So, what's next? What do we think is next? Because it seems that they're a little bit worried about it now because it's crossing lines. When it was just in Africa, you weren't hearing anything about it. But now that it's showing itself in European countries, now they're starting to, I think, be nervous about what's happening. So.
And that was the point that I was going to make, man. That it says Sweden announced the first clad 1 case outside of Africa. And when you read it a while ago, I wrote it down. It said that was only seen in Africa. That was only seen in Africa. That's what they said. So we don't know how long this has been in Africa. One, right? Because they don't report, as we have shown on the show, they don't report what goes on in Africa. Matter of fact, too, this is not a plug. Neither am I getting any money for this, but there is a great app that you can download for African news. Matter of fact, that's what it's called. It's called African News. If you want to keep up with what's going on over there, that's one of the news feeds that I use when it comes to that. But it's like you said, once it is crossed over the borders of Africa into these European nations, now they want to have a problem with it. Clad 1. And what clad 1 is, it says it's generally considered more transmissible. So it's a little bit more dangerous than the clad 2. And it's more severe than clad 2, which drove the global mpox outbreak that peaked in August of 2022 and had a death rate of less than 1%. This is what bothers me. Mpox, monkeypox, or whatever, who does it bother the most? Immunocompromised people, and particularly those with untreated advanced HIV. Okay. Now we know that HIV is a compromised immune system. That's what HIV is. Okay. That have been at greater risk of severe disease, hospitalizations, and death from clad 2, which is the less severe one. And it says the U.S. continues to see low levels of clad 2 transmission. This is what makes this serious, but not to me. To date, 270 plus million people have received at least 1 dose of the jab in America. That's 81% of the population. 230 plus million are considered fully cocktailed. That's 70% of the population. That's a huge number of immune compromised people. That's just my opinion.
Agreed. I think your opinion is validated because here's what's interesting to me is that they keep touting that there is a vaccination. There is something to cure monkeypox. So there's not really a big need to worry about it. But if you know anything about any kind of diseases or pandemics or anything that's out there now in terms of ailments, what happens? They keep changing. Right. The strands keep changing. Right. And it gets to a point where it's not treatable. Right. Right. There's been a vaccination for Mpox for many, many, many years. Right. And if that's the case, why is it still so? Why is it prevalent now? Right. Why is it coming back up? Why is it resurfacing? Right. So that tells me that it's morphing, it's changing into something that they're not going to be able to control. So keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, I think a lot of it as well got to do with foods, because we know that we got so many genetically modified foods. Mm-hmm. I don't think the water in today's time is as safe as it used to be. Diets that we have now, I mean, you know how I was tripping just on the ground meat when I opened it up the other day. You know, I was like, whoa, what is this? You know what I'm saying? And you know, I think the bottom line is that they want to keep everybody as sick as they possibly can. So they throw stuff like this here out in the news. What do we said a million times on this show? Fear is a motivation. Yeah, it's motivation, and fear sells. Yep. And you hear the blue in the DNC talk about pharmaceuticals all the time, the Obamacare and stuff like that. Pharmaceuticals is the engine that drives this country as far as economics. You dig what I'm saying? And so if they can make you afraid that you're going to be sick with this and you're going to be sick with that, and you just said it yourself that they got a shot for that. You know what I'm saying? They be on TV with them dadgum commercials, you know, treated. They got shots for headaches now, for migraine headaches. Yep. It might cause you to.
I was about to say it's gonna cause 30 other symptoms,
but you ain't gonna have right. You're not gonna have that migraine. You dig what I'm saying? Right, exactly. So I just think that the bottom line is that they want the population to be as sick as they possibly can. I believe that monkeypox stuff is a real deal that is out there, and it's like you said, you ain't gonna be able to hide it if you get it, but when you look at the numbers, and I don't care what nobody say, there is a lot of immune compromised people that are out there right now. How many times have we said it on this show? We have never seen young people and young athletes drop dead as much as we have here lately since a certain period of time that just passed by, what, maybe 2-3 years ago? We know what we're talking about. We know what we're talking about. So we could be looking at a side effect as well. You know what I'm saying?
There's a thought.
Right. We could be looking at a side effect. I stick with the cold spoon on my forehead for any headache. Exactly. Right. Or the rubbing the palm of the hand. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah, man. It's crazy out there. So
it's getting crazier.
It's getting much crazier. Much crazier.
All right. Well, we actually had some really good conversations on our Talk Amongst Yourselves. So for the sake of time, I'm gonna do something that you and Ayo were forcing me to do with him taking the night off, and that is me having to do this Beyond Critical Race Theory. So you guys bear with me. I feel like you guys might have talked about this before, but you said you hadn't, so we're gonna go with it. We're going to talk about Stagecoach Mary. So Mary Fields is her real name, was born into slavery in either 1832 or 1833. Her exact birthday is unknown. Her birthplace and other details about her early childhood are also unknown. What is known is that she worked for the Warner family in West Virginia in the years leading up to the Civil War. Mary was emancipated in 1863 or shortly after the Civil War. She then moved from West Virginia and went up the Mississippi River, where she worked on steamboats. Mary ended up in Ohio, specifically Toledo. There, she began working at Ursuline Convent of the Sacred Heart. There's a debate over how and why Mary ended up working at the convent, yet what is known is that Mary's gruff style was not something that fit into the serene calm that was the convent. During her time there, Mary washed laundry, bought supplies, managed the kitchen, and grew and maintained the garden and grounds. She was known to lose her temper and was quick to yell at anyone who stepped on the grass after she cut it. It is unclear why she left Toledo, but many sources think she moved to take care of an ill friend. Mother Amadeus Dunn, who had been Mother Superior in Toledo before moving west, had fallen ill. Mary and Mother Amadeus were known friends. Some records date their friendship all the way back to the Warren family in West Virginia, though this claim is not substantiated. Once she arrived west, Mary got to work. She mainly worked for St. Peter's Mission near Cascade, Montana, where she did many of the jobs she had done before in Toledo. This mission was run by Ursuline nuns and was where Mother Amadeus Dunn resided. Mary performed maintenance and repair work. She also gardened and did laundry. One major thing that Mary was also in charge of was locating and delivering supplies needed for the mission. Yet Mary had no official contract with the mission and nuns. Thus, she was free to come and go as she pleased, taking additional work outside the mission. She often fought back with her words and wasn't afraid to stand her ground when she felt she was mistreated. She wasn't scared to get physical with anybody and was known to be a cusser. She was unfortunately dismissed from the mission. This was due in part to her crass behavior, unruly temper, and penchant for drinking and smoking in saloons with men. The final straw appears to involve an argument in which Mary and another mission janitor, a male, got into a fight and were agitated to the point that both drew guns. While neither ever fired a gun, this incident was enough to make the bishop of the area demand for the nuns to relieve her of her duties. Where do we go? In 1895, in her early 60s, Mary obtained a contract by the United States Post Office Department to be a star route carrier. A star route carrier was an independent contractor who used stagecoach to deliver the mail in harsh weather of northern Montana. Mary was the first African-American woman and the second woman to receive a star route contract from the United States Post Office Department. This contract was secured with the help of the Ursuline nuns. The nuns wished to look out for Mary as they felt connected with her. This was because they did not wish to see her go, as the nuns heavily relied on Mary for work done around the mission. She built a reputation of being fearless while working as a mail carrier. Her job was not only to deliver the mail, but also to protect the mail from bandits, thieves, wolves, and weather as well. She gained her nickname, Stagecoach Mary, due to her use of a stagecoach as a method of transportation to deliver the mail. She was also known for the guns she carried. During that time Mary was delivering the mail, she was known to carry both a rifle and a revolver. Standing 6 feet tall and powerful, many bandits learned to stay clear of Stagecoach Mary in the American Old West. Stagecoach Mary Fields carried a gun, smoked, drank, and had a wicked temper. Mary was the first African-American woman to carry the mail on a star route for the United States Post Office. She spent 8 years delivering the mail as a star route carrier. During this time, she became beloved by the locals of Cascade, Montana, for her fearlessness and generosity, as well as her kindness to children. She retired from star route carrier in the early 20th century, and after her retirement, Mary settled into life in Cascade, Montana. Upon retiring, she started a laundry business in town. She also opened an eatery as well as babysat the local children. She remained famous, even becoming the mascot for the town's baseball team. She was beloved by the people so much so that she drank in saloons for free and ate for free at local restaurants and hotels. She died on December 5th in 1914. After her death, the townspeople raised money to have her buried in the cemetery on a road she drove frequently that linked Cascade to the missions. Mary's funeral was said to be one of the largest. Yeah, so that is Stagecoach Mary, and of course, I'm multi-talented, but I couldn't read that and do this, so I'm just show you a couple of pictures of Stagecoach Mary. So one of the things that I found when I was looking this up, when I was reading about her, was that this lady right here, You remember her from
Yeah.
Hardy Fall? This is Stagecoach Mary.
Right.
So there's a lot of they got a lot of backlash for using her to be Stagecoach Mary because, as you can see, these two look nothing alike.
Right.
Not a thing alike. But from everything that they said about Stagecoach Mary, she was definitely a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah. She sounded a lot like my mama.
You know what's funny? When I was reading this, that's exactly what I said, because they said she stood over 6 feet tall, and Mama wasn't quite 6 feet, but she was certainly close.
She was
definitely close.
Big mean lady, man. Did nobody want to mess with her? That's for sure. Man, that's awesome. You know, her story reminds me a lot of Bass Reed, being able to protect like the way that she did in the areas that she did. She certainly would not have taken that position if she didn't think that she could do it. She had to have done it well for her to be as loved as she was. So when your mail was with Stagecoach Mary, I'm sure that your mail was well protected. It was in good hands.
Indeed. She carried a shotgun
and a revolver. And I bet you she knew how to use both of them. My daddy was good with a shotgun.
I read somewhere, and I don't think I read it in here, but I don't think I mentioned it in here, but I want to say they said she could shoot anything as far off as 50 paces, with accuracy.
Right.
She did not miss.
Right.
Yeah, so that was Stagecoach Mary, Miss Mary Fields.
Yes, indeed. That was a good one right there. Appreciate that. I don't remember us doing that. You know how my mind is, too.
Oh, really? Hondo.
What?
He said Stagecoach Mary made me my kinfolks.
Down there in Mississippi. Yup. In the silk.
Just might be.
Yup, just might be. Yup, indeed. Yep. Yeah. It's something about that whole generation of people, though. Mm-hmm. It's just something about that whole, they had an inner strength that was in them that was unreal. I'm sure a lot of that had to do with what they endured and what they had to endure and had to deal with. That's why we say all the time that no other nationality or people could go through what we have went through and still be. We still here.
Yep.
And we still here in droves. It ain't like it's a few of us.
Right.
We everywhere.
Yes, we are.
We are everywhere. Y'all cannot get rid of us. Stagecoach Mary. Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one.
That is our Beyond Critical Race Theory. I hope I served you well, sir. Hope I served you well. All right. So next up, we had talked previously about the fact that we were going to start unpacking some of this Project 25. I know you've heard a lot about it. If you've listened to any of the DNC Democratic National Convention this week, they brought it up a couple of different times. The lady that you talked about with the mouth the other night couldn't get her mouth together. I feel like she talked so much prior to coming on stage that she had a hard time talking. But she pulled out that big book to talk about Project 25. And what they would have you to believe is that everything in Project 25 is horrible, that there is nothing in Project 25 that is worth us knowing about. So they feel like they need to tell you what it is, and then you're just supposed to believe them. But I encourage you to go read for yourself. So tonight we're going to unpack just a little bit, with a little bit of time that we have left. We're going to unpack the Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Yeah, and there's something that I'm doing for the Truth Be Told Flex podcast family as well. I'm doing it on the extra side. I think I did. It was Monday that if you go back, and it's just an hour long too. I read the entire part of this document, the Department of Urban Development, Department of Housing and Urban Development. I read it and I broke down a little bit of the stuff. So if you go back over there, go to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast page, you will see the video that's there. Look, never allow anybody to tell you anything. We live in a time where we can go and research whatever it is that people are telling us. See that man right there, Dr. Ben Carson? He's not one of my favorite people at all. Ben Carson is, in my opinion, he's an agent for the people. But when you get into this Project 2025, which is the part that he had a hand in, you will see that it's not the wicked witch that they would have you to believe. Reading has become a dying art.
It really is.
Yeah, it has become a dying art. So yeah, take time out and go read this thing for yourself. Check it out for yourself. But yeah, let's get into this Project 2025.
Okay, so it's streamlined operations. Project 2025 emphasizes reducing bureaucracy within HUD to improve efficiency in housing services and streamline operations. They want to focus on deregulation. The initiative aims to roll back regulations perceived as burdensome with goal of encouraging more private sector involvement in housing development. Increase local control. The project advocates for greater local and state control over housing policies, moving away from federal oversight to allow more tailored solutions. Promotion of home ownership. But they didn't tell you that. There's a strong emphasis on promoting home ownership, especially among low-income families, as a pathway to economic independence. Reduction of federal housing assistance. Project 2025 proposes a reduction in federal housing assistance programs, suggesting that such programs can create dependency rather than self-sufficiency. Nothing wrong with that. And revamping HUD programs. Existing HUD programs are to be reassessed and potentially revamped to better align with conservative principles, focusing on reducing government intervention in housing markets. So of all the things that I just said, I can't find anything in that is wrong. That is so wrong.
Right. Exactly. You see a stark difference in between the left and the right when you read Project 2025. When they come and tell you that they trying to set you back into the Jim Crow era, people, you got to realize that the Democrats ain't never been for us to begin with. We was tricked in becoming Democrats. I did another Truth Be Told Flex podcast extra I would like for you guys to check out as well. And it's I think it was entitled When the Government Controls the Church. And I did a reaction video of a bishop. His name is Patrick Wooten. And one of the things that Patrick said in that video, he said that he was told that he was the Democrat as a child in the black church. Think about that. In other words, what he was saying was before he could think for himself, the pastor told him and everybody else that you were Democrats and this is how you were supposed to think. This is how you were supposed to vote. Until he got old enough to begin to vote for himself. Look, what she just read out was everything that I saw for myself in this part of the document of the Department of Housing and Urban Development. We know people that are on welfare. We know people who get food stamps. And I don't know no better way to say it, but I know professional welfare people that don't want to get off of welfare. And the reason they don't want to get off of welfare is because they have made welfare so, what's the word I'm looking for? So easily accessible. Attractive. Exactly. All of that, to the point that they don't want to do anything. When you read this part of the document of the Department of Housing and Urban Development, one of the things that she highlighted is that is in this here is that, look, they're not trying to take welfare away from you. One of the things that they're talking about is that if you, and this is something that I've been saying for years, way before I even came into the truth. If you're going to be on welfare, we're going to allow you to be on welfare for a period of time. During that period of time, we're going to mandate that you find some type of skills, whether it's school or whatever, right? A trade or whatever, to the point to where you can get off of welfare so you can be self-sufficient.
Absolutely.
What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? He started this document off. I want to read this right here, this paragraph. This is something that he started off. It says, politicians across party lines use HUD to promise ever greater public benefits. Talking about the left. He was real eloquent how he said it. He didn't just say the left. But it says, in addition, HUD programs tend to perpetuate the notion of bureaucratically provided housing as a basic life need, and whether intentionally or not, fail to acknowledge that these public benefits too often have led to intergenerational poverty traps, have implicitly penalized family formation in traditional two-parent marriages, and have discouraged work and income growth, thereby limiting upward mobility. A new conservative administration will therefore need to reset that. Everything that we just called out is what the Department of Housing and Urban Development has done to us as a people. They have discouraged two-parent marriages, because what do they tell the woman? What do they tell the woman in order to benefit from welfare? You can't have a man in the house. And they also encourage her with, the more children you have, the more money that we'll give you. Yep. Right? Yep. And this continues on and continue on and continue on. So now you got into a state to where, what am I going to go to work for? That's what he said. That it discourages work and income growth.
Yep. I got the government taking care of me.
I got the government has now become my daddy. So what do I need to work for? Why do I need a man? And you can go have you 4 or 5 different baby daddies, and you can get more food stamps, and you can get more money from the government. But all of that comes with what? Control of the government. They control you. If I'm paying your bills, I can pretty much tell you how to live.
I get to dictate what you can and cannot do.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. And also in this part of the document as well, but not read it off, it does encourage home ownership. It encourages it, because with the programs that they want to implement that will make you more self-sufficient and would allow you to make your own income, they will have programs that will offset that to get you in a position to where you will be able to buy you a home and own you a home. Right. What the right understand, the left understand it too. They want to keep you away from it. But what they understand is that home ownership is one of the stepping stones to building generational wealth. Something that has been taken away from us and kept away from us for so many years.
Now, of course, there are some negative.
Oh yeah, everything about this document is not great.
Right. Well, and even with the positive ones that I read just now about what they're trying to do, there are some different ramifications for any of these programs that they decide that they want to put in place or that they're trying to put in place. There's a potential for certain groups of people to be overlooked. There's a potential for them to not do right by certain populations, and those that are already in disparaging situations could go into further disparity, because if I already don't have what I need to purchase a house, it's just going to separate and make the gap even wider.
Right.
So there's a lot of different things that you have to pay attention to, but at the end of the day, what they're trying to do, what they're trying to show you is that you do not have to depend on the government for everything. Of course, you can't. I mean, even people who buy homes, there are programs set up where the government helps them to pay for a home.
Right.
So these are things that they are trying to implement and revamp, right? But people like you and I who go to work every single day and pay taxes, we're paying those taxes, and the people who are the who vote blue, if that's what you decide to do, guess what? You're paying for people who are sitting at home doing absolutely nothing and have been for 10, 15, 20 years. They are generational welfare recipients.
Yep.
Their mama was on welfare, their grandmama was on welfare, now they on welfare, and they don't see anything wrong with it. This is what we gonna do.
Yep. I told you, I got a family member who told me out of her mouth that she gonna teach her daughter how to be on welfare. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so I mean,
there's a lot to unpack here. We obviously only barely scratched the surface of this. We plan on discussing some more of not just the Department of Housing and Urban Development, but some more of the topics that are in Project 25, just to give you guys a taste of what it is, so you can go do your own research and see what does and does not make sense for what they're trying to put out there. So.
Exactly, and like I say, please go over there, man, to the website. I mean, not to the website, to the YouTube page, Truth Be Told Flex Podcast, and check out the document. If you don't have time to read it for yourself, I think I read pretty well. You know, I don't stumble over too many.
Your own audibles.
Yeah, exactly. I think I read pretty well. But yeah, if you ain't got time to read it for yourself, go over there and check it out. I will be reading certain chapters in it and breaking down certain chapters, things that I feel like is important. And like I said, understand the document is not perfect, but I can tell you this, that the Blue Party, they want to keep you out of that document. They do not want you to get into that document. And this is one of the reasons they are telling you so that it's the boogeyman.
I was just about to say, they have you thinking that's a boogeyman or a Ouija board.
Right. Yeah. They want to keep you out of it. There are some things in there that it's not kosher whatsoever, for real. But
before we go, I have a bone to pick with you, sir.
What I do?
You know, there's only two of us tonight. While I'm over here reading and doing what I do, the least you could do is go in and change the headline, change the banners for me.
I did one time. Yeah.
One time.
Yeah.
Hurry up and come back. No, I'm glad he's enjoying his family time. His time off, but we definitely missed him tonight.
Yep.
Him and his family.
Yeah, but we thank y'all. We thank y'all so much as well for being here with us. Me and my wife, we hope we did a pretty good job tonight. We will be back next week. We got Zamar, we got Zamar Israel, I believe, coming up on the 26th. I could be wrong. 25th or the 26th. Let me see. Hold on.
And start letting me know. I keep you on pace.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Let me see. Ooh.
Okay, well, why are you looking that up? Prepare the people for Twice Out.
All right.
We're gonna hit them.
It can't be that far up.
We're gonna close out with Promised Land by Nariah Cole and Ansar El Muhammad.
Yeah. And I'll just put it in the chat when I find it, y'all.
All right.
Yeah, it's going to beat the pavement.
So we say Twice Out, good night, and we'll see you same time.
Same time. Oh, it's the 26th. There it is. The mark for the 26th.
Okay.
All righty. So there it is. All right. So shalom, people. Love y'all, and we will see you next week.
Man, I done been up, and I done been down. And I done seen so many things, but I never seen the righteous forsaken. Keep my hands to the plow, can't afford to give up now. Shake the devil on my back, we're going to the promised land. We're going from nation to nation, gotta tell my people about salvation. Shake the dust off my crown. My power is reigning with me now. I no longer walk in fear. Everything we need is within. All power to the Almighty King. They said we wasn't royalty, but we getting wisdom and knowledge. We learning how to walk in our power. We're gonna be victorious. All we need is faith and endurance. Now let me tell you, don't get distracted. Don't worry about what's happening. We gotta follow laws and commandments, and we gotta keep up the standards. We on the Almighty seed. We reign with power and authority. No longer bound, we are free. All we gotta do is just believe. Keep my hands to the plow, can't afford to give up now. Shake the
forward straight up to the promised land, fulfilling prophecy, the creator's master plan, the chosen of God I am when I cast his rod, the archangel Michael, the holy nod. Now Pharaoh's kingdom is destroyed, and them angels that you thought was gangsters from every hood, them been deployed. The destiny is Jericho. 7 trumpets and 7 times around the wall. Now watch it fall. It's the final call. You know God's plan. Ain't no stopping or quitting till we get to that promised land. We promise victory, now freedom is in our eyes. Modern Egypt is America, so let the chosen rise. That pale fella with his scriptural distortions tried to steal our birthright from biblical proportions. Saying they the chosen, they boast and they masquerade. The Messiah's a black man shutting down your parade. The ancient of days, the ancient antiquity. The king of righteousness, Melchizedek with dignity. The holy angel Michael coming with his infantry, declaring war, this whole world's a penitentiary.
Keep my head to the plow.